Here's the music.
Boom. Yeah. Ooh.
Girl, not you frying the intro and messing it up early.
This happened today. Let's talk about the fact that I almost died during hurdles at track. So basically, our coach was like, okay, high school, you have a track meet tomorrow, and middle school has track meet on Wednesday, right? So, as we have track meet tomorrow, I haven't done hurdles yet. So, I'm like, oh, I forgot that my thing was hurdles and sprinting and long distance. So, I need to do hurdles. So, my friends are like, okay, go. And I'm like, okay. So, I start running. Right, the first try I did fine. It was 4 hurdles, and I got 4 out of 4. Now this is the second try. When somebody goes right behind you, and like they'll be jumping over like right after you get finished like landing on the first one. So basically, the first jump I was fine. The second jump, I landed and I thought I was safe. My ankles went forward. My back arched forward. And I fell on the floor like I was praising Jesus.
My girl started praise dancing mid-air.
I almost brutally got ran over because somebody was still going and they stepped on my leg.
Oh my god. Okay, one question about that story. What are hurdles?
Okay, so basically,
You don't know what hurdles are?
No,
okay.
I don't. I'm like...
Okay, so hurdles are basically a track thing that you use, and you have to jump over
never
them.
mind. I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
It's basically like a bar.
So basically, I was doing the highest one, which I shouldn't have been doing anywho because I'm too short for it. Like literally, the highest one is almost taller than me.
Like,
but
Yeah, 4-3.
like, shut up.
not to shut up. She said it so calm, like, shut up. I bet she put her hand up too and flipped her wrist, like, shut up.
Stop.
Okay. So this one time, I was like a very small kid, and for some reason, my dumbass thought I could swim. So I jumped in the deep end of the pool. Next thing you know, I'm drowning, and my mother had to jump in to come save me.
Speaking of drowning, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was in Girl Scouts, right? I think this was back in like 6th grade or 5th grade. So we stayed at a hotel because it was just it was just for fun. So basically on like the 3rd day we went out swimming. So basically it was 3 tests that you need to do to get a green wristband. First you needed to do the first test. Like, okay, so basically the first test was swimming back and forth in the 3 feet water, right? So we were like, oh, okay, bet. Like, that's easy. So, right, I passed first test. The second test was swimming in like the I think the 5 foot water, right, back and forth 2 times without stopping. So basically, that was okay, right? I was fine until the 3rd test. The 3rd test, you had to tread water in 12-foot deep. Yeah, 12-foot deep pool, and you had to tread it for 2 minutes. So I was like, okay, bet, I can do this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that green wristband because I want to go under that 12-foot water. Like, I mean, and it was a slide and everything. So I'm like, I was like, okay. So she told me, she's like, ready, set, go. So I start treading, right? And I think I was treading too fast and way too hard because I had got tired the first 30 seconds. So basically, it was 1 minute 30 seconds, right? My hair was halfway in the water. My lips was below the water, bro. I was breathing in and out my nose. And I'm fighting for my life at this this point, so I'm threatening. I'm like, I'm gonna get that green wristband. I'm gonna get that green wristband.
No.
So she says 3, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm drowning. I'm gonna go under. And she says 1. I drop under. Right, so I start trying to like flap up, to get back up, and I realize I'm not going nowhere. And I realize I'm at the bottom, like I can feel the bottom, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm thinking in my head because I can't do anything, and like now I'm drowning because I didn't even get to go like up, right? So I go back up, kind of, right, and I get back up. You know how dolphins are when they stick their head up like real fast and then go back under? That's how much breath I got. I got like 0.2 seconds of breath before I could go back under. And I was drowning, bro. I was like, and then I was like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna just let Jesus take me. So I finally stopped trying to fight for my life. And I started I just laid my arms out. And I kept my feet back. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna die. So now, this is when I hear this splash. And I'm like, oh, what is that? So I open my eyes, which I didn't even have goggles on, so like it's going in my eyes. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that. So mind you, like until I opened my eyes, I could not see anything. So basically, I see the lifesaver, and I'm like, girl. Now, I'm thinking in my head, I'm not pulling on to that. Y'all just gonna have to let me die unless y'all come in here and jump in for me. And basically, they saw that I was like not grabbing that lifesaver because I'm like, girl, you better let me die. I'm not struggling to go to that lifesaver. That's going to take out more energy that I already have. So, next thing you know.
I'm sorry, I had to. I had to.
Not Tantabus! You know you're dead wrong. But basically, like, okay, so I just hear somebody jump in. They're like, bro, go save her, bro. And I'm like, bro, you know what? At this point, I'm like, bro, I see some light. And I'm like, oh, I'm finna walk in towards it. Because I'm like, you know what? At this point, I might as well walk into the light. I mean, I'm finna die anywho. So, I'm gonna just give up. So, in my imagination, I'm walking towards this light. And next thing you know, I feel a swift grab. Somebody pulling me in my hair. And I'm like, girl. So, I wake up. And I'm on the side, on the concrete. And everybody's standing over me, looking at me like I just killed myself on purpose. But they still give me that green wristband, though.
That's all you cared about was that freaking wristband.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so one stupid time that I want to say, well, this is more like funny. So I was walking into school and
oh Lord.
I went straight to the gym instead of the cafeteria.
Oh Lord, that is not it.
Look, all right, look, okay. I was sitting there, and my friend Tatiana was sitting on the right side of me, and she looked tired and so mad. Mm-hmm. Then my friend Shamira come walking in, real aggressively. Her hair was in a ponytail. She had her jacket off. She threw her bag on the ground. Walked up to Tatiana and was like, "What's up with all that you was talking? Get up and let's fight." I was like, "Wait, what?" So I looked at Tatiana, and then she looked at me. She was like, and she looked back at Shamira. She was like, "Man, I don't even want nothing to do with you." And Shamira was like, "No, you call my mama fat. Get up." I was like, "Uh-oh." Then Tatiana was like, "You don't even want to fight me." Shamira punched her, right? Look, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. After she got punched, it's like Tatiana started taking her hair out the ponytail. I thought you were supposed to put in the ponytail. Like, why is you taking your hair out the ponytail? And then I'm sitting up there, and then I'm like moving out the way because I'm like, I don't know exactly what is about to go down. So then Tatiana was taking her out the ponytail instead of putting it in the ponytail. There comes Shamira again, punched her right then and there. Look, oh my god! Tatiana got up, and Shamira grabbed her hair and literally started dragging her. You could see like the bottom half of her body, like bouncing off the bleachers as she was getting dragged off the bleachers. like
not TANTIBUS. Not TANTIBUS.
And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm wondering, and like everybody getting their phones while we watching Tatiana bounce off the bleachers constantly. And then, like we sitting there and like Tatiana finally get back up on her feet, right? Tatiana grabbed the girl hair, and instead of grabbing her hair tight, the wig came right off. Bro,
yeah,
but
now get out.
It's like not only the wig just came right off, but Tatiana was so confused. Like she stopped fighting, she grabbed her hair, the wig came off, and she stood there for like 2 seconds staring at the wig. And then next thing you know, Shamira come up behind her, punched her right in the head, and I'm sitting there like, and then like Tatiana's still looking at the wig, holding the wig, and you just see her head cocking back constantly because she just keep getting hit in her head, and we just like, bro, what the freak is going on?
The sound effects are not necessary.
I'm sorry, but it's just like it was so funny because like
stop, bro.
she slapped, bro. She took the wig out, and I'm like, girl, like, and it was so funny because then by the time Tatiana dropped the wig, she was like, all right. She put her hands up. She started swinging, pop, pop. Hit her with a 2-piece, step back, right? Shamira was like, all right, hit her with a 2-piece, pop, pop. And then they just sitting there, and then like they started squaring off. And then Tatiana, like the principal come walking in, like come running in. And mind you, look, I'm sorry, but our principal is just like so bent out of shape. Like she got some skinny legs with a fat torso with a small head. I'm like, bro, that is
now
not.
Get
out. But we're sitting there, and the principal come and try to break it up. Shamira was so mad. Bro, I mean, she literally brute force smacked our principal right in the head. Like, and then we just sit and then like we up here looking like, bro, what the freak? So I run in, I'm trying to hold Tatiana back. Tatiana like, stop holding me back, stop holding me back. I was like, Tatiana, bro, you got beat up, stop. And then she looked at me and she was like, she just started going off on me. Then her friends jumped up and started trying to jump me, and I was like, look. I ran behind the fattest girl I could find on the bleachers. I'm sorry, but they were not about to beat me up. Oh my god, that was the scariest moment of my life.
Bro, you don't understand. Me drowning was the scariest moment of my life, but you and these sound effects, you made it sound like it was a comedy. Like, no.
Like, I'm sorry.
That scared me so much. I thought I was really going to die. I started walking into the light, bro. I was ready to walk into that light.
My girl said game over.
Not TANTIBUS. Not TANTIBUS.
Alright, I'm done.
You think you so funny.
Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Bro.
You think you're so funny, bro.
Look, I'm sorry. Like, I couldn't. I did.
That's exactly why you almost got jumped by girls. Now get out.
The next day I came up to school. And I came up. I didn't have my bag because we was doing testing. It was a testing day. Those same girls was just eyeballing me the whole time. And then the entire time, I'm just like, I'm walking through the school, and everywhere I turn, they just sitting there, like they just following me.
Not TANTIBUS.
But it's just like, as I'm going through, and they still staring at me. We finally get to the cafeteria for lunch, and then here come Ayana, come walking up to me, and was like, "What you do to my friend?" I was like, "Who?" She said, Tatiana. I said, that's my friend. She was like, no, you said She said you tried to call her out. I was like, I ain't say nothing, but she got beat up. My friend Isaiah get the jumping in. He like, yo. Why you walking up on him like that? Next thing I know, Isaiah get punched. And he on the ground. Like, my man is still like, you know somebody in pain when they're on the ground. Like, and see them struggling to get up. And then, like, that's where I decide to jump up. And I take off running. I did not sit there for a minute because I knew I was next. I knew I was gonna get beat up, so I couldn't. But anyway, for those of you who are watching this podcast on Podbean, Spotify, or any other platforms, don't forget to join Shade Room.
And follow my social.
Oh, yes, follow Bree's social. We will definitely leave it inside of our channel where you will see our links at. We are coming towards the middle of this podcast, so we're going to start letting guests up to come tell their stories on how they've almost died or stupid things that has happened. So anyone who wants to come on up and share their story with the world, raise your hand. We got Mars. Come on up, Mars.
Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. I hope your story was just as bad as mine. Bye.
Wow.
Sorry.
So, this is a story from when I used to live at my godmom's house. We had a trampoline, and it was like a window. We were on the second floor, okay? Mind you, the second floor window. So then we moved the trampoline over to the second floor window. And then all my cousins decided to jump out of the window.
Now, damn
Okay, so they were all just jumping out. Our godmom wasn't there, so they decided to do it when she wasn't there because, of course, she would try to stop us from doing that. And then when it was me and my other cousin's turn, she walked up to the window and she looked mad. Really bad.
Did she give you that, I'm disappointed and I'm about to beat you up face?
Yeah, so me decided to hide. Like, we were not going downstairs or anything. So, like, when we finally went downstairs, man, it was just so sad. I never wanted to cry more in my life. I never wanted to cry more in my life.
I feel like this story is that one story that's gonna end like, this was just like, it was just a sad day, like my chicken fell on the floor, like.
Not man, why are you
filming? Oh my god. All right. Is that the end of your story?
No, the next part of the story is we both got our ass whooped. So,
oh god.
Yeah.
Oh?
You know what? I can't even blame you.
What?
I can't even blame
you. Might as well.
Hey. All right. We will let our next guest up on now.
I'm gonna have to talk about the thing that I have done that almost like caused me to die, and I wouldn't be here to bless y'all today. So I was walking to the store, and basically it was right, and I was walking right up on them. So somebody slid past in their car. They was coming out the cut, y'all. They came up out the cut. And they was shooting at them, so I skipped the hop, didn't do over to the corner behind to an alleyway before they could. Them niggas got shot up. The car got shot up. I didn't even get touched, and that was the time I almost died because I went to the store and I couldn't help myself from getting some Boston baked beans. So,
well, we are all glad that you are very okay. Because that I'm sorry. I know it was wrong of me to laugh at that story because it was a very serious moment. But
it's because he said skilly do about that.
Yes, I know. Oh no.
Let's end on a good note. I'm gay, guys. I'm kidding.
What? Why is that something you decide to do? You know what? No, we're not even going to talk about that. Well, sadly, Numi wasn't here for most of the podcast. Hopefully, you all enjoyed today's podcast. Don't forget to show Brii some love. Show Numi some love. Let's show our audience some love. Give them a big round of applause. Leave a comment for them. Robo, Lennox, and let's take Wealthy. Don't forget to join Shade Room. If you want to be a part of our podcast crew and even come on up on stage and share your story with the world, be my guest. We will let you up. All
join
right,
Discord.gg/Shade Room, guys.
Yes.
Do.
Bye.